Alright, and we are back, this time for round number 2, Instant Dodge versus Zenith. And we are going to be seeing Instant Dodge piling the Huntress against Zenith's Survivor team on the Wrecker's Yard. And we see survivors trying to hide out here. And for those of you wondering why we are going to be on the Survivor perspective, it is because the killer currently has a little bit of screen shearing, and it does not exactly result in the best of results for anyone involved. That being said there, that is going to be a quick stun and a smash hit for the survivor here. Looks like the Huntress going to be dropping chase instead, going to go for a different survivor. We see the Felix on a gen here, and looks like the Ace now in chase is going to get hit by that Huntress hatchet put into the corner of the map, and not a lot in the way of resources here either, as the Ace does get a little bit tripped up and looks to be down. So really well played there by the Huntress, and we are going to see things be a little bit speedy as the Huntress drags the Ace further into the realm, as they do in fact have an agitation in play. Survivors also keenly aware of a perk that we do not see often but have seen here today, that of which being a dissolution. We also just heard a hatchet whiz by the Felix there, playing with fire to say the least. Adam also within the lullaby range, and looks like Felix will be the one chased though, as we do see the Huntress in hot pursuit. No, looks like Huntress dropping back instead, taking a look around, seeing if they can block off the Adam from progressing towards this hook. Huntress, of course, having as well a Flower Babushka as well as an Oak Haft, and I believe Survivor is also probably keenly aware of the existence of a good old Scourge Hook Pain Residence, which has regressed the most progressed gen by 25% upon this hook. Sounds like Huntress aiming at someone, just readying their hatchet, as we do see the Nia behind this hill here. I feel like the Huntress might know where they are too. Looks like Nia the only one set up for this unhook. However, I do believe this will be the Ace progress to second stage here in just one moment. And sure enough, there it is. Ace in a dire position as they are one hook away from being sent back to campfire via the entity. Looks like Huntress now going to be pressuring some other survivors, and looks like they will find the Nia here. Not gonna fall for the fake, but will get the double back, as Huntress not able to catch up to them in time, as we do see that vault, but the window now blocked, and looks like Huntress playing with some mind games here as they get the Nia to jump back on the gen, just to jump back thereafter. Ace 30 seconds away, probably less than that before they do progress to death. These Survivors, though, from Zenith playing very well, very aggressively, and it looks like Nia will go for the unhook here, but the question is, will they do it without taking a hit? But no, not gonna happen. Nia takes the hit. Huntress a little bit too close. We do see the unhook there from the Adam, though. Ace now in chase. Adam on the ground. Nia injured, and Felix the only one healthy at this point in time, as we do see that borrowed time run out for the Ace, as they will be put back down on the ground, and that there will be their last and final hook, as they'll be sent back to campfire via the entity. However, survivors will complete their first generator, though in a 3v1 scenario here with only one gen completed. Things are looking quite grim, especially as we do see that Nia is close by. Huntress knows it too. Nia trying to get out of dodge, but I don't know if they will be able to make it very far. That being said, we do see the pickup there on the Adam. Looks like Huntress will pursue them instead. And Adam now going to the corner of the map. However, getting tripped up by this tile once again. I'm not sure if this tile specifically or what, but they will end up going down to the M1 from the Huntress. Things looking like they are in the Huntress's favor, to say the least. Do also want to note that the survivor here does in fact have a lucky break, making that chase with the Huntress that much harder. That being said, looks like Nia currently on a gen. Felix making the way over towards the unhook as we speak. Dropping their medkit to be a little bit more stealthy. However, I think the Huntress may have seen them. They are approaching and raising a hatchet in the air. Felix, though, going to be able to get behind cover before the Huntress is able to make any ground. Though, question is the Nia still around? And looks like they have left early in order to not get down by the Huntress. However, Huntress going back to the hook. Looks like they're trying to cut off these survivors, ensuring that the survivor on the hook does progress to second stage. And looks like that is going to mean Nia falling back. And I believe Adam will progress to second stage here as we now see the Felix in chase. A fake at the window for what it's worth, but Huntress going to ready to hatchet, get the hit at the vault. There's a life, allowing the Felix to gain a little bit of distance for what it's worth. However, Huntress just going to hold at this pallet. Felix knowing dissolution is in hand, and there is the down. However, there's also the unhook on Adam. Nonetheless, though, this is going to very likely be a Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, regressing this gen by 25%. Meaning that the Huntress in a very strong position, to say the least. And we see Adam here trying to work on this gen for what it's worth, but I don't know if it will be enough. Nia within the lullaby range, and there's the hit over the tires. A fantastic shot from the Huntress from the top of the hill. Adam nearby to try and get this pickup, but it might be a little bit dangerous as the Huntress up on the hill just watching their hooked and down survivor. Things looking like a potential 4K here at 1 gen completed. The Huntress absolutely dominating here. Here's the attempted pickup, and we hear a hatchet readying in the distance. Looks like Huntress unable to come back in time for the redown. That being said, looks like the Felix will be progressing to second stage here in just a few short moments. The Huntress in a very commanding position as they are primed and ready to get a 4K here at only 1 gen completed. Nia making the way towards the unhook, trying to get there as quickly as possible. However, Felix will progress to second stage as we hear the Adam, the Adam get down in the distance. Huntress gonna go back for the pickup here. And we are going to see Adam now on second stage as well, meaning that Nia is the only fresh survivor in the entire realm. We see Felix trying to work on these gens desperately. Nia trying to hide out, stay as stealthy as possible here on the edge of the map. Felix, though, continue on the gen. Huntress' lullaby getting close, though. Felix, feeling the pressure, will light away, but will take a hatchet to the back. This Huntress is relentless as she will now leave that down and go back to the hook. And looks like Nia, the only one left, will pick up their med kit. And looks like they are going to go for a heal here before attempting this unhook. However, it's going to be close as far as time's concerned, not to mention Huntress is going to be hanging around it from nowhere. Nia going down, I imagine a little bit of surprise to them as well as Huntress comes from the side with a hatchet in hand, and that there will be Nia on their first hook, leaving just the down survivor. Things are looking to be quite difficult here as Huntress gonna go back, and looks like they will find the survivor pretty quickly thereafter. Felix going to be put on a hook as well after Adam being progressed to death. Nia going to be progressing here in just a short moment as well. And that there is going to be the 4K here for the Huntress at 1 gen completed. A fantastic result here from Instant Dodge. So GG, well played to both teams. And with that being said, we are going to be getting set up for the next trial in just 1 moment. But before we do want to remind everyone here today that we are partnered with Pugdom. Pugdom is a Dead by Daylight competitive community very similar to Champions of the Fog. In fact, they're hosting the entirety of Group B over on their channel. All right, and we are back for trial number 2 of round number 2 of the final qualifiers of Champions of the Fog Season 9. And we got Zenith killing against Instant Dodge's survivor team here once again as the Huntress, and looks like Adam here in chase is going to take a hatchet to the back. Another hatchet being primed and ready. Adam trying desperately to make a little bit of distance here at the window, but a hatchet coming from far will get the down there on the Adam. We see the survivors scattering, no one on gens as of right now. This Huntress once again with another agitation and of course a corrupt intervention, which has since ended. And looks like we do see Claudette here out and about trying to identify where a generator is. We see the Ace here with a Deja Vu in hand, as well as the Jeff here going for the unhook. However, looks like the Ace will be the one in chase here in just a few short moments, lest the Huntress get distracted by the unhook there. And looks like they are going to pursue the Ace here, as they do in fact have a Scourge Hook Pain Resonance, which regressed the most progressed gen earlier by 25%. Mind you, I don't think it really mattered, as that down was quick enough to where no gens had any progression. That being said, Huntress once again dodging the stun and getting the down on the Ace. As a reminder, Zenith's Huntress here gonna need to get a 4K at 5 gens up in order to claim victory. However, the tie condition is a 4K at 1 gen completed. So things looking a bit interesting here, especially as we do see agitation here. Adam going for the potential block, but it's not gonna be enough, as we do see the Ace hooked once again. And it looks like Adam now, though, gonna be in chase with the Huntress. So gonna be very interesting to say the least, as Adam pushed away from the shack, and looks like we are going to see the Adam evade the chase, as the Huntress gonna go back elsewhere. Looks like going back to the hook with the Ace, and looks like they are going to kind of just hang out a little bit here. We do see survivors on gens in the distance. Once again, the win condition is 0 gens completed. Adam is kind of hanging around. Claudette about to complete a gen, though. If they do complete this, this will be the tie condition met. We do see the Huntress throwing a hatchet at someone. Looks like it's the Adam here at the corner, and looks like they will take that M1 down, as we do see the unhook in progress off in the distance. So really well played here by the survivors, as they have met the tie condition. One more gen completed will secure victory here for Instant Dodge's survivor team. That being said, Adam will be put on hook for the second time here. One hook before being sent back to campfire via the entity, and looks like Claudette now in chase with the Huntress. The question is where these other survivors are. I imagine they are on gens, but the Claudette gonna be getting a little bit of distance here with that smash hit off that pallet stun. Not to mention, no, actually nothing else in addition to that. I was thinking there were gonna be a parental guidance, but that is 2 gens now completed for these survivors. That there was the win condition, which they have now met. At this point in time, the Huntress just playing for their honor and for the glory of their team. That being said, do want to note Zenith not out of it just yet, as they do potentially have a invite coming their way. If they do win next round, depending on the tiebreakers, we'll have to wait and see. That being said, Adam only with a few short moments before being sent back to the campfire via the entity, and looks like Claudia is going to drop the unhook attempt. Instead, now going to be going for a gen completion, as we do see Adam sent back to campfire via the entity via that hook progression. So really well played here by the survivors in order to get their win condition met. That being said, Claudette does get down off in the distance very suddenly. This here will be her first hook, meaning that a Scourge Hook Pain Resonance is potentially going to happen here. Regress the most progressed gen by 25%. That being said, survivors still on gens from the looks of things, specifically the Jeff here. Looks like Ace instead going to be moving over into Shack instead. Mind you, this is not a Deja Vu gen, as we did not see that gen highlighted in yellow. Though looks like Jeff is going to be the next one in chase, as we do see the Huntress reveal a Pop Goes the Weasel, regressing that gen by 30% of its current progression. That being said, looks like Huntress is going to be going for the unhook instead of pursuing the Jeff any further. We'll have to wait and see if these survivors are able to set up for a heal here. Though looks like they are going to go a bit further into the map just to ensure they are not hit by any snipes from downtown, as Jeff now in chase at the LT wall will take the hit at the T wall, going back in towards the L. A bit surprising there, as the Huntress in hot pursuit. A fake at the T. Fantastic job there by the Jeff, buying their team a little bit of time. but Huntress threading the needle between the tree and the rock will get the down on Jeff, and this will be the first hook for Jeff. Once again, potentially being a Scourge Hook Pain residence here. Very well done, to say the least. It's unfortunate that the survivors were unable to get any other gens completed in the last trial, as this Huntress still doing a fantastic job against these survivors. However, trying to get a 4K at only one gen completed, definitely a tall order, especially as the hatchet off the top of the hill coming very close to do that ace there. That being said, Huntress gonna get a bit of a reload here. Claudette trying to hide as they are very close to that Huntress's lullaby. And looks like Huntress is kind of holding a hatchet, making their way over to the hook. They do throw it at someone. And looks like that is the Claudette, who does get hit. Very well done. A second hit there, but going to barely miss the Claudette, instead hitting the Jeff, missing that hatchet there though. Claudette trying to fake the corner, but will take the down. And this will be Claudette on second stage here. Huntress, once again, just doing a fantastic job, as they're going to be dragging them very close to the gen here that the ace is on, it looks like. Yeah, and it's going to be close as far as the wiggle progress is concerned, but not close enough, as Huntress will be able to get the pop goes the weasel on that gen. Jeff injured and on a different one, but with very little progression. These survivors are looking closer and closer to a 4K at 2 gens completed. Still enough for the win condition here for instant dodge, but still a very impressive result from this Huntress, as they once again throw a hatchet right between the gaps in some of these objects. Huntress with another aggressive shot there, and another very impressive shot between the tree and the rock. Jeff still on the gen, about, I want to say, 30% into that gen, give or take. And looks like we are going to drop that chase there. Instead, going to end up joining the Jeff here on this gen. I imagine will be completed here shortly. Huntress on top of the hill, gonna be throwing a hatchet from the top, and will just barely dodge. The Jeff will just barely dodge that one. However, looks like Claudette will progress to death here. Survivors opting to prioritize the generator over the unhook, and that will be Claudette sent back to campfire via the entity. Both Ace and Jeff gonna be pushed off this gen. Huntress, though, only has eyes for Ace, it would seem, and will get the M1 hit there, as Jeff will very likely complete this gen directly next to the Huntress. And sure enough, there it is. 3 gens completed for these survivors. Ace faking the pallet, doing a fantastic job keeping this Huntress busy, allowing Jeff to get out of that pocket, but not for long, as they will end up going down. Jeff here being spotted, unable to leave this pocket here. Looking like it will be a 4K at 3 gens completed. So still very impressive result from this Huntress. Though looks like with the help of a quick and quiet and iron will, the Jeff will be able to make their escape here. So very well done there. However, it does not sound like the Huntress is going to give up just yet. Throwing the hatchet right above the Jeff's head, going into the basement, trying to get another hit at the window. Looks like we are going to be sticking at the shack here, as pallet is still down. Huntress, though, with a bit of a mind game there, readying the hatchet over the pallet. Looks like they are going to set up for the pickup here on the Ace, but I don't think it will be enough, as Ace has not moved behind cover, and Huntress is going to be very patient here. Looks like Hunter's going to just push Jeff further back into the pocket here to ensure that they are not able to get this pickup here on the Ace. Mind gaming at the pallet. Looks like they'll gain a bit of distance here. Going for the corner, but not going to go for the throw. Instead, trying to make it between the gap in the rebar there. However, Huntress going to, once again, take a few shots and a few misses, but Jeff looking a bit too far behind them and not enough in front, as that there will be the final down of this trial and this match. So GG, well played to both teams, and congratulations to Instant Dodge, as they did walk, to Instant Dodge, as they walked away victorious here in round number 2. That being said, these will be the final hooks here and the progressions thereafter. So as we do get set up for the next trial, or rather, the next round, the final round of the final qualifier for Season 9 of Champions of the Fog, we do want to remind everyone here today that you, yes, you, the viewers, are our sponsors. So that as they watch, it's a tip on a subs they buy, and of course, on the Rogue Energy you buy, using the code COTF. Go supporting Champions of the Fog at the prize pool for Group A and Group B.